Dave Chappelle is saving comedy. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase, and I just finished watching Dave Chappelle's Netflix special, Sticks and Stones, and boy, oh boy, did I love it. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been asking for. This is a beautiful renaissance to what comedy should be. Okay? I'm not saying everybody needs to be like Dave Chappelle, but everybody should have the freedom to speak their mind like Dave Chappelle and not have to worry about cancel culture and call out culture and all those other things. Okay? And that is one of the biggest messages that kind of, it's the underlying theme, I should say, of Dave Chappelle's special here. And he opens it up. He doesn't specifically say those words, but he's talking about cancel culture and call out culture and how you can say these things, but you can't say this. You can't offend this group. You can't talk about this group. You can say these words, but you can't say those. One of the first jokes that Dave Chappelle talks about is when he was on Chappelle's show and they were doing a bit, or they were doing a sketch, I should say, where they wanted to use a pejorative term and it rhymes with the word maggot. And so he was going to this lady who basically was kind of she wasn't the showrunner, but basically the person who says you can say this but you can't say that kind of thing, FCC. And he said, I want to say this word. She said, you can't say that word. And he comes back to her and says, look, I can say the N word day in and day out with no consequence, no problems. Why can't I say this word? And she, according to him, flat out says, because you're not gay. Dave Chappelle fires back and says, well, I'm not an N-word either. And that is the crux of this whole special. Because about 2 years ago, Dave Chappelle also did a Netflix special, or two of them actually, and he got lambasted a lot for being transphobe, homophobe, whatever you want else phobe he got. So in this special, he kind of points back to that and he says, you can make fun of a lot of different groups, but there is one group that you cannot make fun of under any circumstance, and that is the alphabet community. And I think I'm actually going to start using that term, alphabet community. I think that's actually a little bit easier to say. This begs the question, why? Because this should not be an issue, especially in comedy, stand-up comedy, even more specific. Stand-up comedy is literally the embodiment of free speech. It's one person speaking in front of a crowd, saying whatever it is that they have prepared. Here's the problem with call-out culture, SJWs, that left-wing, crazy kind of ideologues, is they don't understand humor. And they take everything to its literal interpretation. And that is the worst thing you can do with comedy, because comedy is not literal. It's exaggeration of actual topics. I used to do a little bit of stand-up comedy. And one of the things you do is you take a viewpoint that might be a little edgy, or you take a real life experience that is a little funny, and then you build on it with exaggerations to, instead of get a chuckle, you can get a laugh. And that's what you have to do, is you build on it. I remember people would ask me, did that really happen? I'm like, no, it didn't happen the way I explained it. That's what people need to understand. You can't take comedy literally. And he goes on, and those news articles that just bash on him and the tweets that bash on him for this special, they all point out, oh, he's insensitive, he's homophobic, he's transphobic, and how dare he, make jokes about the Michael Jackson victims and abortion. And they're taking it literally. You can't take jokes literally. If you want to hear some of the Michael Jackson jokes, just go watch the special. I would not be able to do it justice. And then he talks about abortion. And what's really glorious is you think he's going down a road of kind of being woke, and then he just pulls the rug out from under you. And you're like, oh, that's not at all where you were going with that. And it's just funny. I'll just play that one so you get the idea of what I'm talking about.
I'm not for abortion. I'm not for it, but I'm not against it either. The right to choose is their unequivocal right. Not only do I believe they have the right to choose, I believe that they shouldn't have to consult anybody. And ladies, to be fair to us, I also believe if you decide to have the baby, a man should not have to pay. If you can kill this motherfucker, I can at least abandon him. It's my money, my choice.
Okay, so there you have it, all right? That's what jokes are. It's not that what he's saying in the literal sense is what he believes. It's exaggeration of different things that are funny or just a hot take or something. And that's what people need to realize. They're just jokes. Get over yourself. Anyways, guys, that's the video. If you made it this far, please give the video a like. And if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. There's more stuff like this all the time. And leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Did you like the Dave Chappelle special? Do you not like it? I'm curious. All right. Have a good day, guys, and peace out.